Hey guys, welcome back. I'm John Stark from MacTheMovieGuy.com, and this is my recap review of Wednesday, Season 1, Episode 6. This is where you would be if you watched this at one episode a week. I started when this show dropped. You would be on Episode 6. It's been 6 weeks. And Jenna Ortega's career is definitely taking off because of this show. I'm a blind film critic. I watch things with audio description, and this has audio description on Netflix, just in case this is the first time you've seen me. Hi. And you're like, what does this guy do? Yeah, that's what I do. I thought this had great audio description. I loved knowing that they could see the eyeball through in the one scene of the monster when they were hiding. This thing had a creepy little eyeball to it. And also the stuff that was in the jars. That was handy because that was something that they didn't say out loud. So that helped. And just in general, the overall creepiness of the house. We got descriptions of, the car so that way later on when we see the car again, it pays off. So many little things. So, very, very nice. Ooh, the painting moved. That was another thing that I don't think was actually said out loud, was that Xavier's painting moved, the cello playing. I think without audio description, you would just hear cello playing and think maybe, where is that coming from? Like where? But, yeah, plus thing, the hand thing. I know his name is Thing. He's a hand. I mean, like, what? He's running around. Like, we need audio description to know what he's doing because, like, he can't speak. So that's something. And also the roses that were left by the side of the bed, which was a huge tell to me, yet again, as to who the killer is here, as to who the monster is. So, I'm somewhat surprised we haven't quite reached that point yet as to figuring all this out, because I think I'm there. But we shall see. Yeah, this was an episode of Consequences for Wednesday. She starts out with her birthday, and she's very cold to everybody who took the time to try to do something for her birthday, which is, expectedly Wednesday. But these are people that she also uses a lot and leans on and has them do things for her, bounces ideas off of whatever. And I thought, when Enid had the opportunity to sort of read her at the end, it's true. They're actually trying to be her friend, whereas she's just using them. Like, she doesn't care about them. And no matter how much you love Wednesday Addams, that is definitely her flaw, is that she is not expressive enough and doesn't understand how friendship works. She cannot process that like a normal person. It's possible that to her, she does consider them friends. She just doesn't know how to actually work a friendship where it's more symbiotic than what she's doing, which is more parasitic and just sort of using and taking and being like, no, we're friends, but we're going to always do the thing I want to do. So it was a good episode. Once again, from a great series. I didn't have any problem with it. As long as the B-boy makes it in the next season, we're fine. As long as he wakes up out of his coma and he just started season 2 cast, I need him up to series regular. I thought that kid was awesome. He's so nerdy and so great. I don't even know why he's there. I don't know if he has powers. No idea. He reminds me so much of Neville from Harry Potter that I want him in like I want Wednesday to run for like a couple seasons, but then like he has like the same Neville arc where he just gets more and more badass as time progresses, and then like he comes in clutch, like right at the end. It's like, oh, okay, so who's the badass that saved Wednesday's life? Oh, it's the Beak. I need to learn his name too, but yeah, I like his character. I like his character more than some of the other characters that we actually see on a regular basis. But so who knows? We'll see what happens in the next episode. You know, is the mayor dead? When are we going to find out who the killer is? I don't think it's Xavier, but you know, he does seem to show up at inopportune times. But I think the people who show up at inopportune times are all there to throw curveballs, you know, because it's always a different person who shows up at an inopportune time, so they can't all be the monster. You know, like after the Bee Kid was attacked and Mrs. Oh God, what's her character name? Christina Ricci runs up out of nowhere, and it's like, oh my God, you know, yeah, that was, you kind of look at it and you go, this is weird timing. But then, like, they're at the house and Xavier runs up and the monster was just there. And you're like, what? Weird timing. But it's like, they can't both be the monster. Like, you can't, it's just a thing that this show likes to do where people just keep showing up at inopportune times. So maybe one of them could be the monster, but they're not both the monster. They're not all the same person. That would be really weird if Christina, if Wednesday was living in this weird world where like none of these people were real and they were all just like they were all the same person. She's living in some sort of weird fever dream. Where nothing is real. Yeah. But I don't think that's what this is. So it's just constantly trying to throw you off by having somebody else just show up out of nowhere. I feel like probably in the next episode something will happen and then like Enid will show up and they'll just be like, what? It's not me. It's like, okay, we know it's not you, so move on. Yeah, so I like the show. You like the show. We all like the show. I'm kind of surprised that Netflix has not announced season 2. If they have, I missed it. I would think that Netflix would sweep in. This thing is moving up the charts in terms of their most watched show of all time. It's in like the top 10 now of all time, like most watched. So I don't know how this show doesn't get a second season. I didn't think Squid Game was going to have a second season because I was like, what would a second season of Squid Game look like? But even that, like when it got so many eyes on it, they were like, yeah, we have to make a second season. So we're getting a second season of Squid Game. I feel like Wednesday, even if they didn't want to make one, like they have to make one. Even Monster is getting a second season. That Jeffrey Dahmer thing that people were kind of divisive over, not everybody necessarily watched, because of the whole thing about how the families asked them not to watch it, and it still became like a huge hit series for Netflix. Well, now they're going to make more monsters. So it won't be necessarily Jeffrey Dahmer, but Netflix sees a franchise in Monster. Like, we have American Crime Story, American Horror Story. We now have Ryan Murphy's Monster. So, yeah, I just don't see a world in which Wednesday doesn't have a second season. Whether Tim Burton wants to or not, they'll find somebody who will make a second season of this show. So, maybe Rob Zombie, because his Monsters was so good. Anyway, that's it for my review of Wednesday, Season 1, Episode 6. I'm going to give it an A. Thanks for tuning in yet again. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And obviously that Rob Zombie thing was a joke. I hope you don't think I actually think Rob Zombie should direct Wednesday. But, yeah. And yeah, subscribe. I was actually trying to get to 100 this year. It's not going to happen. I've been stuck at 92 for about a month now. It's weird how I haven't been able to get one more subscriber in like 30 days. But it is what it is. The more subscribers I get, the more people I get to love, and the closer I get to the industry paying attention to what it is I have to say about audio description. I also have a website, MacTheMovieGuy.com. You can follow me on Twitter at MacTheMovieGuy. You can go to the audio description project, adp.acb.org. It'll let you know what has audio description and where you can watch it. And you can go to theadna.org, where you can look up your favorite TV shows like Wednesday and see who's narrating them. That's it for me today, and I will review something else for you guys and see you on the other side.